Ladies and gentlemen, let's give Mr. Nitin Gadkari, Union Minister for Road Transport and Highways, a very, very warm round of applause.
Thank you.
As you know, Mr. Gadkari has been the powerhouse of our road transport and highways, and we've seen the remarkable development that's happened in the last decade or so. And he has, as we've seen, done a commendable job on that front. And now, one of his big missions in his third term as minister, as union minister, is to look at the future of renewable fuels in the road transport sector. So, Mr. Nitin Gadkari, let me start by quoting the ambitious goals that the Indian government has set, including you, that by 2030, that is 6 years from now, the proportion of electric vehicles in private cars should be 30%, in commercial vehicles 70%, in buses 40%, and 80% in two-wheelers and three-wheelers. I'll just give you one statistic to say that so far, electric vehicles account for about 3% of the total vehicles in India. So how do you scale up this phenomenal task that we have? What is it that you're planning to do to achieve the kind of targets that we have set, the ambitious targets that we have set?
It's a very important question. Today, we have an import of the fossil fuel of 22 lakh crore. And the problem is that we are facing not only economic problem, but at the same time, we are facing the problem of air pollution. And actually, this is the appropriate time that in our economy, our dream of the Prime Minister to make Indian economy of $5 trillion and making India as Atmanirbhar Bharat, and the mission is to make Indian economy the third largest economy in the world. Now, for that reason, we need to reduce our import and at the same time to increase our export. I'm giving you the example today as the automobile industry. When I taken charge as a minister in 2014 under leadership of Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji, our size of the industry was 7.5 lakh crore. And today the size of the industry, automobile industry, is 22 lakh crore.
Wow.
The more than 6 lakh crore we have export. And this is the industry which up till now creates 4 crore 50 lakh jobs. And this is the industry which is very important as far as it is giving maximum GST, form of GST to the state and central government. And the export of this industry is the number one highest in the country. So now today we have all the reputed brands in the world are present. We are encouraging ethanol, methanol, biodiesel, bio-LNG, bio-CNG, electric and hydrogen. The first of all, in place of import of fossil fuel, we need to find out the option for Indian solution.
Right.
Today, the rise in the electric vehicle is 300% in subsector. Now, the electric car, electric scooter, electric auto rickshaw, e-cart, and electric buses are very powerful. Now, maximum buses in the urban transport, majority people are now using electric buses. Now, just observe, this is to be a very interesting example, that when the Indian government going for tender for e-buses, we receive the rate of 39 rupees per kilometer for non-AC bus and 41 rupees per kilometer for AC bus when subsidy was there. And now for diesel bus, the average cost is 115 rupees per kilometer, which is already in Mumbai for the best. The cost is coming 115 rupees per kilometer for diesel. So in the electric, the cost is, as far as the fuel cost is concerned, it comes to, in place of 120 rupees of diesel, the electric cost is coming 10 to 12 rupees. So this is exactly the saving is there. It is import substitute, cost effective, pollution free. And it is to be very important for the country that in next 5 years, every for urban transport, you will see only electric buses. Even I got appointed to launch double-decker electric bus in Mumbai. And today the luxury buses for long distance, also the electric buses are coming from all the companies. Now the manufacturing capacity for electric buses is up to 50,000 buses per year. And our requirement is more than 1 lakh buses. So now the electrical buses manufacturer, they are going to increase their production. At the same time, the flex engine is already started. The Indian Oil has taken decision to start 400 ethanol pump in Uttar Pradesh, in Maharashtra, Karnataka, and Tamil Nadu. So now the Bajaj, TVS, and Hero and Honda also, they have manufactured their motorcycle and scooter with the flex engine and auto rickshaw. At the same time, the Toyota, I am already using that Innova. That is the first Innova in the world which complies the Euro 6 emission norms with flex engine on ethanol. Now ethanol rate is 60 rupees and petrol is 120 rupees. So by using flex engine ethanol, if it compare the average of the petrol rate is coming 25 rupees per liter. At the same time, 400 projects are already in the process. They are making bio CNG and bio LNG from the rice straw, out of which 40 already started. And interestingly, one project which Indian Oil has started in Panipat, where they are from rice straw, because the burning of the rice straw is a big problem in Delhi because of pollution. Now it is possible they are making 1 lakh liter of bioethanol per day, and at the same time 150 ton of biobitumen and 88,000 ton of bio aviation fuel, Hawaii Indan, that is sustainable aviation fuel. So today the total scenario is now changing. In Numaligarh in Assam, where already project has started, they are making ethanol from bamboo. Now we have already given permission to ethanol making from sugarcane juice, B molasses, C molasses, ethanol from corn, ethanol from broken rice, ethanol from food grain, and even we can make ethanol from rice straw. So now you just understand the corn rate last year, it was it was less than the MSP. The market price was less than the MSP. It was coming to 1200 rupees per quintal. But today in the Bihar and UP in the market, the rate of the corn is 2800 rupees per ton. So it is only because of that the ethanol is started with the corn. So by making ethanol from corn, sugarcane juice, we are going to strengthen the agriculture economy. It is going to increase the growth rate in the agriculture. It is going to reduce the pollution. At the same time, import point of view also, it can be economic relief for the country where we have an import of 22 lakh crore rupees for the fossil fuel. And electric is now very, very popular. In our electric, 40% of electric basket total, 50% of the power is now from solar. We have a lot of projects where we are making the power from hydropower, then we are making solar power, wind power, and at the same time, we have some thermal power. So I am confident that before 2070, the dream of the Prime Minister took India a carbon neutral country. And for that reason, we want to develop maximum power on the basis of green power. That is to be very important. So
the way in can I just ask you a bit on the electric vehicle at the moment, because we started with that. While 2070 is a target that we are there, 2030 is a very immediate target. And currently you have to do something like 80 million electric vehicles to get to that target in 2030. Currently we're just 3% of what we should be achieving at that time. So are there any special schemes that you are doing for electric vehicles? We did have FAME, which is the fast adaptation and manufacturing of hybrid and electric vehicles, FAME 1 and FAME 2. Are you still in favor of subsidies? That, of course, the consumer gets a lot of that. Or how do you see boosting electric vehicle production in this country? Are there incentives that you think we should be giving them?
Actually, on the petrol vehicle, the GST is 48%, petrol and diesel, and electric it is only 5%. In many of the states, we have already issued the order from my ministry that registration cost is zero. So I feel that now at a time when we started electric vehicle, the lithium ion batteries cost was $150 per kilowatt per hour. Now it is coming to $112 per kilowatt per hour, and I am confident it will come up to $100. Then the cost of the petrol vehicle and electric vehicle will be the same. and now the number is increased. That the reason the cost is coming now,
Right.
we are going to reduce the cost. So I feel that as far as GST, already there is a concession, but now the electric vehicle don't need any subsidy, because when the number is increased in manufacturing, the cost is going to reduce, and that is the reason that I feel that it is very popular, and there is a waiting list also, and two-wheelers also, we have a good international market. We are making export for that. In the domestic market, the demand is there. And now electric cars are very popular. And because of now the scrapping policy, people are now purchasing the new electric cars and alternative fuel and biofuel. And I'm confident that 2030, before that, we can achieve that target, and there is a growth in everywhere now. Electric truck, electric tractor in the process, that it is coming to the market, and it is going to change the total scenario of the automobile industry. And what the you are talking about it, I feel that before 2 years also, probably we can achieve that goal.
One of the issues that come up when it's electric vehicles is you want to charge your vehicle at some point, and unlike petrol, you have stations at all important places and wherever you want it to be. Currently, the estimate is there are about 6,000 to 7,000 charging stations in the country, and they say that the demand is something like 4 lakh charging stations by 2030. What are you doing? And this is called range fear. That when you, especially when you want to go on the road some distance and it begins to run out, you think you are going to run into issues, and that could be a disincentive to buy an electric vehicle. What are you doing about the charging issue in terms of charging stations? How are you going to scale that up?
First of all, I will tell you, first of all, I will tell you.
So we've lost you for a moment. We'll just get you back. If you can just, we can't, sir, we lost you for a moment. Can you just hang on, sir? We can see me.
Yes, you listening me?
Yeah, can you, I'll repeat that question if you don't mind, and
No,
if you can answer.
You don't need to repeat again. I will start
All
the
right,
answer.
please.
I understand your
Please,
question.
please, yes. Go ahead. About the
Today,
charging
for
stations,
the-
yes. Yeah.
The average, the research and study, it already indicates that the two-wheeler which is available in the country, they are running 24 to 26 kilometer per day. And a scooter is charging, or motorcycle is charging for 120 to 150 kilometer. And every day night, taking it to the house, there is a easy arrangement by which they can charge the scooter. So there is no problem about it. As for the car is concerned, the average running in the is 60 to 80 kilometer. Again, you can charge at the night for 300 to 400 kilometer. Charging capacity there is no problem. Where is the problem? Well, problem is from Delhi to Mumbai, if you can go to buy electric car, electric bus, there is a problem. So the NHI is making 670 charging station across the road in the whole country now. And a lot of people are doing, so that cannot be a problem. And I feel that now we are planning to make the solar charger by which we can use the green power for charging of the vehicle. It can be also good for as far as the ecology and environment is concerned. This is not at all a problem. Only for the big distance from Delhi to Mumbai, Delhi to Amritsar, then there is a problem. But now there is an arrangement. By 15 to 20 minutes, you can charge your vehicle. And now I am doing a special project in Nagpur. That is with the buses. And there is a total technology change. In place of cable, now the bus will be there. Tata has already signed the joint venture with the Skoda. And Hitachi is the company. Now the bus stop with the bus stand, within 40 seconds, the charger will come down and bus will be charged and it will go up to 40 kilometer. Again, the next bus stop, again the bus will be charged. So there is not at all a problem for public transport, even for private scooter and car, and even for the truck. There are a lot of new charging systems are developed. I feel that it is not at all a problem. And when the demand is going to increase for the vehicle, 100% in that proportion, charging station going to develop in the country. So this is not a problem. I feel so.
Now, you had mentioned earlier when I asked you about a subsidy on FAME and everything else, you said no more need for subsidy, there's enough demand, we don't have to subsidize industry on that front. But let's look at lithium batteries, which is the heart of any electric vehicle. There again, we are highly dependent on imports of both the material as well as manufacturing. Of course, we are setting up facilities. How do you see that sector grow? And the China factor plays a very big role in this thing. We, of course, have been dissuading industry from picking up items from China. How does the transport sector meet its needs and bring down the cost at the same time we keep our foreign relations and our policy intact?
Already in India, Tata, Adani, then Suzuki, then Ola, also there is one company. The 5 companies are already have started their construction of their plants. In the due course of time, we will get the lithium-ion battery in our country, not only for the requirement of India, but we can export lithium-ion battery from the country. Now in Jammu area, we have also got the lithium mines, and which is supposed to be the 6th largest part available in the world. So today this is not a problem. So day by day, lithium-ion battery the cost will be reduced. But at the same time, we are working on different chemistry. Zinc ion battery, then aluminum ion battery, sodium ion battery. So already in the IITs, engineering colleges, the research people, the startup, they are doing excellent job as far the research is concerned. And I am confident it's just like a mobile phone. Once upon a time, we have to import the mobile phone. Now we are the big exporter of the mobile phone. Particularly in the semiconductors, once upon a time we have a lot of imports, but today the way in which we have encouraging the industry, we will be the big manufacturer of semiconductors in the world. So I'm very much confident that within a year we will manufacture the lithium-ion battery in India. Cost will be reduced, and the cost will become to $100 per kilowatt per hour, and that cost will be equivalent to petrol and diesel. And as compared with the petrol and diesel, the cost of the fuel will come 10%. So that is to be a great advantage. No pollution, economic viability, maintenance cost is very low, and that is the reason. And the electric will be the fuel for the future. But at the same time, I have got hydrogen car.
I wanted to come to you that, sir. But before I come to hydrogen power, I want to ask you a question, because we are in Delhi and we know Nagpur is your first home and Delhi is your second home. But, the national capital region in the next 2 months will become among the world's most polluted cities. And this problem has been persisting for almost a decade or more now. What do you think? Particularly, there are 3 other factors that could impact pollution here, but road transport is one of the big things that has happened. What would your solution be in the next 2-3 years that we can reduce the amount of road pollution, at least in Delhi? What drastic measures would you recommend?
Actually, frankly speaking, though I am from Nagpur, I also making lot of project in Delhi also.
Okay.
Around the Delhi in NCR, I am doing the road project of 60,000 crore. At the end of this year, up to December, the project will be completed. And I am equally very cautious about Delhi's development. The second thing, the rice straw, because of burning of Parali was a big problem in pollution. And I understand, I admit that. The 40% of the pollution is because of the transport sector, and I am a minister. So now the Parali is using, so that will be also burning of Parali will be stopped. And the most important thing is our buses, our transport, convert into biofuel and alternative fuel, electric. I feel that within 2 years, at least we will reduce the Delhi pollution more than 50 to 60%. and there will be no serious problem about the pollution. Only on with my ministry, by making 60,000 crores of road network, it is going to resolve the problem of traffic jam and pollution in Delhi. And at the same time, because of alternative fuel and biofuel, and particularly using the rice straw, the parali, for making ethanol, making of bio-aviation fuel, sustainable aviation fuel, making bitumen from that, it will be value addition. I am telling you, today parali which was burning, the rate of parali is coming 2,500 rupees per ton. And that is the reason that no one want to burn the parali. So the creation of value in the waste material is the most important solution for the problem. So today I am confident that within 2 years, at least 50 to 60% pollution in the transport sector will be reduced, and that will really give a good change to the Delhi. And I am working on that, and 100% you will get the positive results.
There's a lot of clapping going on for for what you said just now. A lot of people are here from Delhi and this thing. One last point on Delhi is that, don't you think it's time that we really started penalizing the polluters, particularly in the road transport sector, which is your area, and put a deadline and say, by this time, all the buses, all the cars, everything else has to be electric? Because as you know, if you talk to a diplomat here, they actually get a special allowance to live in Delhi because of the pollution. If you talk to any of the diplomats who are stationed here. So how can we get out of this issue? Do you think heavy penalties, cut-off dates are critical in this business?
Actually, frankly speaking, my feeling is whatever the decision which is taken by the government and my ministry, I am confident that in due course of time, this problem of pollution will be resolved. Now, you just see on the road, you are seeing a lot of electric cars, electric scooters, and electric buses. The things are changing very fast. And now because of flex engine also, there will be change. So, because of the fuel which pollution problem where we are facing, I feel that it can be reduced. And at the same time, by developing the new infrastructure also, it will be solved. Now the problem is that the penalize the people is not the good thing. But one thing I will tell you, when I was a student, I purchased a scooter that was given me 28 kilometer per liter average. Now the two-wheeler giving 85 kilometer average. So you understand the cost difference.
Right.
Now the 15 years before the truck of diesel truck, which the pollution is because of one truck, now that is equal to 4 new truck, which are with the new technology. So today the average and pollution, considering both. Now this is the time that we have to take the new technology and we have to reduce the pollution, and it is cost effective. The policy of the government is import substitute, cost effective, pollution free, and indigenous. And I am confident that presently in India the logistic cost is 16%. In China it is 8%. In USA and European countries is 12%. But within 2 years, because of highway and because of change in fuel, I am confident that our cost will be single digit up to 9%, and where we will increase our export more. And as far as penalize the people, I am not of the opinion to penalize the people, but scrapping policy is there. After 15 years, you have to test your vehicle, and if it is not perfect, you have to scrap. And now that automobile manufacturers has taken a decision offering 3% discount for that. So again, you can get the value of the old vehicle and 3% discount. It is a win-win situation. So the vehicles which are old, creating more pollution, we need to take that vehicle into the scrapping. That is to be the need of the hour, where we need the cooperation from the media, cooperation from the people by and large, and cooperation from the manufacturer. That is exactly very much important for the air pollution in the country, and this is going to resolve the problem, at the same time reduce the gravity of the problem, which is very important. As far as health problem is concerned, pollution is a big concern in the country.
You know, I had to give 2 of my vehicles because they crossed 15 years. So I've contributed to the nation in terms of reducing my pollution. But coming to one point before we come to hydrogen, which is that the CNG vehicles, and that has been quite a success in the sense we've almost got 10% of our total vehicles on CNG. What are the kind of incentives? Do you see that as a future, or because that's also somewhat dependent on less polluting fuels, but still dependent on that, we are not moving in that direction of encouraging them beyond a certain point? And secondly, the GST component you had mentioned for EVs is 5%. I think for CNG, if I'm not mistaken, it's still 28%. Is that something you're contemplating at some point to rationalize?
Actually, in place of diesel and petrol, if you use CNG, the cost is 50% less. Now the Mahindra has launched the tractor, and major tractor companies are now launching their tractor on CNG. So 1 lakh rupees saving to the farmer every year because of CNG tractor. At the same time, now trucks are coming with the LNG, and there is a 60% saving on the fuel cost. So 100% that is going to reduce the transport cost and at the same time reduce the pollution. Now the problem is that as far as the electric vehicle is concerned, already 5% GST is there. What my appeal to you, that on the fuel, if there is already lot of saving is there, and it is to be economically viable within 2-3 years, the total cost you can get it back. So my suggestion is, this is to be very, very win-win situation for all the stakeholders. And that is to be my feeling, that it don't need any subsidy or concession. But it is to be subject which is related with the Finance Ministry and the GST Council. They are authorized to take the appropriate decision on it. But as a third person, my opinion is, because of saving in the cost of the fuel, I feel that, and after 2 years, the cost of the petrol diesel vehicle and already CNG petrol diesel vehicle cost is same. So I feel that it is to be a win-win situation for all the stakeholders. In place of petrol and diesel, everything is economically viable, and we have reduced the cost as far as the fuel cost is concerned. I feel that it is only the time for the country that people like you should exactly take these actual factual things to the people and to understand them about ethanol rate is 60 rupees. Now the diesel petrol is 110, 120 rupees. So there is a saving, just that 120 rupees of petrol against 25 rupees of ethanol. So there is a saving in the flex engine. At the same time, CNG and LNG, there is a saving. In electric, if it is 120 rupees for diesel, for electric it is 8 to 10 rupees only power cost. So right. This type of saving which already we have, and again we are going to reduce the import. So again the number is going to increase. Competition is there. We have already imposed star rating now. Because of that, the security of the passengers we are seriously considering. And that is the reason that today our export, I am confident that presently we have just bypassed Japan. And now the first number is USA in world for automobile manufacturing. Second is China, third is India, and fourth is Japan. And my dream is within 5 years, we will make Indian automobile industry number 1 in the world. And all the truck, buses, cars, scooters, we will be export from India to the whole world. I am very much confident about it.
Well, we wish you another term as well so that happens, but I'm sure you have other things to do. But Mr. Gadkari, I'm coming to your favorite subject. We've got a couple of minutes left on this. And hydrogen. And one of the things that you've talked about recently is hydrogen highways. And the fact that you could leverage this enormous resource that we are building, not just for power, but also for transport. How do you see that direction going? Are we looking too far into the future? And as someone said, we are jogging at the same space. We are not moving at all on hydrogen.
Hydrogen and hydrogen fuel cell is the future technology. Now we are making hydrogen from petroleum, that is brown hydrogen, hydrogen from the coal, that is black hydrogen, and hydrogen from water and biomass, that is to be green hydrogen. Now exactly I'm not exactly a perfect person, an expert man in this field, but making hydrogen from municipal waste, by segregated municipal waste, glass, metal, plastic and organic waste taking into biodigester, we will get methane, and from methane we will get the hydrogen. Again, by using biotechnology, we will increase the production of the biomass and using biomass into biodigester to make methane and hydrogen from that. My idea, my vision, and my commitment is for the rural agriculture and tribal sector. So my feeling is now presently our Kisan is Annadata. He is not only Annadata, he is Indhan Data. Now he is hydrogen data, he is bitumen data, and it is the time for and now Hawaii Indian data. So by diversification of agriculture towards energy and power sector, in present scenario in our GDP growth, the agriculture contribution to the GDP is 12%, and the population belongs to agriculture and rural tribal area is 65%. For Atmanirbhar Bharat, it is the time for India we need to increase the growth rate in the agriculture area. So this is the diversity of agriculture towards energy and power will be the solution by which we can go agriculture growth up to 22% and making hydrogen from the farmer in the field. That is to be the ideal situation. We are in the process of that. I have got the hydrogen car. The name of the car is Mirai.
I see.
It is from Toyota. Yes,
Okay.
I always running that car in Delhi also. And the problem is that the filling station for hydrogen cost is very high. We need to have reduce the cost of that and making hydrogen available in India. We can use hydrogen into steel industry. We can use hydrogen into chemical, pharmaceutical, and even in railway, in the airport, in the aviation industry, everywhere, car, truck, buses. So making hydrogen from biomass will be the economically viable. But making hydrogen from electrolyzer process from water, the 50 unit we need for 1 kg of hydrogen, the cost is coming high. We are the number one manufacturer of electrolyzer in the world now. So my feeling is, in place of electrolyzer, if we can go for organic waste and use biomass and making hydrogen from that, it can be really a win-win situation. My target is, it's not my commitment, huh? It is my target. Our target is to get hydrogen with $1 per kg. That is
Wow.
to be dreamed, and we are trying our little best to achieve that goal.
Well, Mr. Gadkari, that is a dream that we should all look forward to. Though you're 1,500 kilometers away, we can feel the passion with which you speak. And we thank you for taking time out on this very busy schedule that you have. And all of us, one of the big lessons I learned was what you talked about your scooter, that you got 30 kilometers or 28 kilometers per liter, and now the EV is going up to 80 kilometers. You almost tempted me to switch to scooters and save all that money. But thank you very, very much, Mr. Gadkari. Let's give him a very warm round of applause and happy Ganesh Chaturthi to you, sir.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
You.